The sun rose slowly over New Paris, casting golden light on the tall glass buildings. People were waking up, drinking coffee, heading to work. Birds flew through the sky. Children laughed on their way to school. Then the sky changed without warning. The clouds turned black, not because of weather, but because of shadows. Giant alien ships appeared above every major city. No sound, no warning, no signal. Just fear. In New Paris, people stopped and stared at the sky. A mother dropped her phone. A man in a suit fell to his knees. Everyone looked up, and no one knew what they were looking at. The ships were massive, like floating cities made of dark metal. Symbols glowed red along their sides. There was something cold and violent about them. Then, the center ship released a low, vibrating sound. Like thunder underwater. It was not a greeting. It was a declaration. Without saying a word, they attacked. Bright beams of energy came down like spears. Buildings exploded. Roads turned to fire. Millions screamed. And then there was only silence. In exactly 5 minutes, 12 million people were gone. No one knew why. No one knew who. But one thing was clear. This was not invasion. This was murder. The broadcast just minutes after the attack, every screen on Earth turned on. Whether it was a phone, a TV, or a satellite panel, they all showed the same thing. A figure. It was tall, armored, with 4 glowing eyes. It looked like a cross between a warrior and a machine. Its voice was deep, cold, and calm. We are the Cathari Dominion. You were observed, judged, and found primitive. This was your test. You failed. The figure continued. This was not war. This was proof. We kill to show dominance. Surrender, and your species may serve. Resist, and Earth will burn. The screen went black. People screamed. Others prayed. Most just stood frozen, not understanding what had just happened. The silence of Earth's defense systems didn't fire back. Satellites remained still. Nuclear codes were not activated. There were no counterattacks. Many thought Earth was defenseless, but underground, in a cold and silent base beneath the Arctic Circle, a woman sat in front of a screen. Her name was Dr. Ria Vos, once a famous scientist, now erased from all records. She had been waiting for this day. She stood slowly, her face calm but her eyes sharp. The lights around her flickered as if something was waking up. She walked toward a sealed door and placed her hand on a scanner. "Activate Project Eco," she whispered. The door opened. Inside were hundreds of black pods. Slowly, one by one, they began to hum. A soft blue light spread through the room. "You think Earth is sleeping," she said to herself. But Earth was preparing. Echoes in the shadows in Tokyo. Rescue workers tried to save people trapped in broken buildings. Fires burned everywhere. Sirens screamed. And in the middle of it all, a small girl stood alone, no older than 12. Her clothes were torn, her face covered in dust. But there were no wounds. She had stood at the center of the attack and survived. A soldier ran to her, confused. "How are you alive?" he asked. She didn't speak. She looked at him, eyes glowing faintly blue. Then the ground shook. The soldier turned just in time to see an alien troop landing nearby, tall Cathari warriors with plasma rifles. They walked toward the girl, but as they got close they stopped. One dropped his weapon. Another screamed. They grabbed their heads, falling to the ground, blood leaking from their ears. All 3 were dead within seconds. The girl blinked. Her eyes returned to normal. She looked at the soldier. "Tell them," she said softly. "Tell Earth. I'm awake." Valkar, the voice of war high above the Earth, in the largest Cathari ship, stood Valkar, the supreme commander. He watched Earth through a giant window. The planet was beautiful. Oceans, clouds, light. But to him, it was weak, unworthy, disobedient. "They should have knelt," he said to his advisor. They have no real weapons, the advisor replied. Their resistance is emotional. Not strategic, Valkar turned slowly. That girl in Tokyo... 3 soldiers dead. No visible cause. What was that? An anomaly. Possibly local tech. We'll investigate. No, Valkar said. You won't investigate. You'll eliminate. The sleeping weapon back in the Arctic base. Dr. Voss walked past the humming pods. Inside each one, a human floated in blue liquid, their eyes closed. These are echo units, she said into her recorder. Hybrid minds. Human emotions. Alien strength. All connected. One of the pods opened. A man stepped out, blinking slowly. How long was I asleep? He asked. 17 years. Did they come? Dr. Voss nodded. They came. And they killed 12 million. The man clenched his fists. His eyes glowed faintly. Then we begin. Hidden plans in New York. A hacker named Malik sat in a dark room, staring at a flashing screen. The Cathari had disabled the internet, satellites, and military communication. But Malik found something. A signal. It was weak, old, and hidden under layers of fake data. A message repeated over and over. Echo. Rise when the sky burns. He traced the signal back to Antarctica, and then it vanished. What the hell is echo? He whispered. Global response, or lack of it. World leaders were silent. The president of the US was missing. China's command center was destroyed. The European Defense Council had collapsed. People began to panic. Riots started, looting spread. Fear turned to chaos, but some people didn't run, they waited. They watched. In Cairo, a man in his 70s opened a hidden vault behind his shop. Inside was a glowing spear made of crystal. In Brazil, a woman walked into the rainforest and disappeared into ancient ruins. Around the world, sleepers were waking up. Not everyone on Earth was human, not completely. Alien pride, human fury, on board. The Cathari flagship, Valkar smiled. Their leaders hide. Their systems are broken. Their planet is already falling. One more strike and Earth belongs to us. His advisor nodded. Shall we deliver the final blow? Not yet, Valkar said. Let them feel hopeless. Let them cry. Then we crush what's left. But deep in Earth's crust, something old stirred. It wasn't built by humans. It wasn't even alive. But it remembered. It remembered the Cathari. And it hated them. The voice returns back in the Arctic base. Dr. Voss stood before a massive screen. A face appeared, made of light and code. It was Origin, the world's first artificial mind. Hidden for centuries, connected to Earth itself. Query: shall I engage planetary defense mode? Origin asked. No, Voss replied. Not yet. Why? Because this is not just war. This is theater. Let them believe they are winning. Understood. Shall I activate deep assets? Activate 1, she said. Just 1. Let them know we're watching. One last message all over Earth. People were scared, broken, angry. But then, another signal appeared. This one wasn't from the Cathari. A human face appeared on screens. A woman with short white hair and a scar across her eye. It was Dr. Voss. To all survivors, they came to prove dominance. But Earth has other plans. Stay alive. Stay hidden. Watch the skies. Project Eco has begun. The screen cut to black. People stared, confused. What was Project Eco? Who was that woman? But one thing was certain. Earth had just spoken back. The fires in Tokyo still burned. Smoke filled the air. Streets were broken. Buildings had fallen. Thousands were dead. Rescue teams worked day and night, trying to find survivors. But in the center of it all, a child stood untouched. Her name was Nora, 12 years old. Brown eyes, long black hair, dressed in a school uniform, dirty, but not torn. She had been at the heart of the blast, and yet, not even a scratch. A group of soldiers found her sitting near a pile of rubble. They stared in silence. "You okay?" one asked softly. She nodded. Another soldier looked around. How did she survive? This place was hit by alien fire. No one else made it. The girl turned to face them. Her eyes shimmered, not brown anymore, but glowing blue. Unknown and dangerous, they brought Nora to a safe zone outside the city. Medics tried to check her, but every time they touched her, their machines broke. Heart monitors failed. Scanners glitched. Even cameras showed static. One nurse whispered, "She's not normal." Late at night, as she lay in a quiet room, Nora opened her eyes and whispered to herself, "It's happening." Just like she said. Who she was, no one knew. But Nora did. Dr. Voss watches far away, in the Arctic base. Dr. Rhea Voss watched a video of Nora's glowing eyes. The footage had been captured from an old military drone. She smiled. Subject 6 has awakened. A man stood beside her. Tall, pale, eyes sharp. His name was Seth, an early Echo unit, half human, half enhanced. He had lived in the shadows for years, waiting for a signal. "Do we extract the girl?" he asked. "No," Voss replied. "Let the Cathari take her. They need to learn fear." Inside the Cathari ship above the earth, inside a cold alien prison, Nora sat alone. She had been taken by a small scout team. The aliens had not hurt her. In fact, they looked nervous around her. She stared at them silently as they studied her. One alien scientist scanned her, then screamed. "She is not fully human," another leaned in, confused. Then, "What is she?" Suddenly, the lights in the room flickered. The walls began to shake. The air grew cold. Nora stood up. "I told you," she said softly. "Earth is not yours." The alien screamed again, this time in pain. His eyes rolled back, and blood poured from his nose. One by one, the scientists collapsed. Nora sat back down, calm. The memory flashback on Earth. Malik the hacker found something strange in the satellite logs. A signal, buried in the noise, matching the one he saw before. He isolated it, and a video appeared. It was old, dusty, broken, but readable. It showed Dr. Voss holding a baby. Nora, Subject 6, part Cathari, part human, the perfect hybrid. Malik's eyes widened. "They made her years ago. She's not just a girl, she's a weapon." Cathari Confusion Commander Valkar sat in his war chamber, watching a recording from the scout ship. The footage showed Nora killing his scientists without touching them. He stared for a long time. "What is she?" His advisor replied quietly, "She is one of them, but not one of us." Valkar slammed his fist on the table. "Impossible. No humans have Cathari blood. We never bred with such filth." The advisor looked uncertain. "Then how did she survive the weapon strike?" Valkar turned slowly. Earth was silent for too long. "They've been preparing." Echo Unit activated, an underground facility in Kenya. A man named Kato woke from a dream, heart racing. He had seen Nora, heard her voice, felt her power, but he was thousands of miles away. He looked in the mirror. His eyes glowed blue. "I'm connected," he whispered. "She's awake, so I'm awake too." In his chest, a small chip blinked. The echo code had been triggered. Who made Nora? Flashback, 13 years ago. A secret lab under the Swiss Alps. Dr. Voss stood before a team of scientists. In a glass tube floated a baby, small, calm, glowing with faint light. "This is Subject 6, Voss said. She is 65% human, 35% Cathari genetic material. Created using stolen DNA from an early Cathari scout killed in 2091. The room was silent. "She will not be a weapon of war," Voss continued. "She will be a signal, the first true echo. Alien Responsive Valkyr ordered a full sweep of Earth's underground signals. Any location showing strange energy was to be destroyed. Cities across the globe came under attack. Alien crafts targeted power plants, old bunkers, radio towers. But something strange happened in Iceland. An alien ship crashed without warning. No weapons were fired at it. No humans near it. Later footage showed the pilot tearing out his own eyes, screaming. Earth's secret weapon Dr. Voss spoke to her team. They believe power is physical. They don't understand mental warfare. Seth nodded. They don't understand fear either. Dr. Voss pointed to a map. Each Echo unit is now active. They're not soldiers. They're signal boosters. Nora is the source. We are the system. And Earth is the amplifier. The first counterattack in Cairo, Cathari troops entered the city, searching for a rumored Echo unit. They found nothing, just empty streets. Then their suits stopped working. Their weapons overheated. One by one, they started hallucinating. They saw Earth turning into a beast. They heard voices calling their names. They saw their home planets burning by the time backup arrived. All 15 soldiers were dead, without a single bullet fired. Fear spreads among the Cathari back in space. Valkar faced his council. What are we fighting? One alien asked. This is not just humans. This is something else. Another said, we attacked to prove dominance, but Earth ... It's proving something back, Valkar growled. Lies. Earth is weak. This is just a trick. But deep inside he was afraid. For the first time in his life. Nora's escape on the Cathari ship. Alarms rang out. Systems were failing. Doors opened and closed at random. Lights blinked in strange patterns. Then, silence. When guards arrived. At Nora's cell, it was empty. One word was written on the wall, glowing in blue. ECHO Earth responds that night. Across every surviving screen, a new message played. This time, it was Nora, standing alone. Her voice was soft but clear. You came to show us your strength. You took our cities. You burned our sky. You murdered our people. She paused. But Earth does not bow. I am Nora. I am not just human. I am what you made us. And we are coming. The message cut out. Around the world, people cheered. Soldiers saluted. Survivors cried. For the first time since the attack, Earth had hope. In the dark, a plan grows dar. Voss watched the message from her command center. Around her, dozens of Echo units were waking. That was phase 1, she said. Seth looked at her. What's next? She smiled. Phase 2, make them fear their own minds. The Cathari had a rule. If something resists, crush it completely, and Earth was resisting. After Nora escaped their ship, after their troops died without reason in Cairo, and after the strange global message was broadcast, the Cathari command grew angry and afraid. So they activated Protocol D13, also called Dominance Protocol. It was not meant to win a war, that it was meant to break a planet, one city. Then nothing. The target was Kinshasa, one of Earth's largest cities in Africa. Not the most advanced, not the most powerful. But full of life. Over 30 million people. Perfect for a warning. The Cathari sent a full battalion of elite troops, minus 300 armored warriors, 5 attack ships, and 1 command vessel. They entered the city under cover of night. Civilians screamed. Buildings shook. People tried to run. Then nothing. By morning, the city was silent. When the Cathari sent a scout team to check, no one answered. The entire force, 300 soldiers and all equipment, had vanished. A dangerous silence. Commander Valkar stood before the tactical screen, watching live data from Kinshasa. No comms. No body readings, no ship response, his advisor said. They're just gone. That's impossible, Valkar growled. But the numbers were clear. 0 signal, 0 energy. Not even a distress call. Send another team, he ordered. And lose them too? The advisor asked carefully. Valkar stared at the planet. They think this is over. Let's show them it's only beginning. What happened in Kinshasa 3 days later? Earth recovered satellite footage. It was blurry, damaged, but horrifying. The Cathari had entered the city. Then the shadows moved. Figures appeared from alleys, rooftops and sewers. Not soldiers, not regular humans. They moved like ghosts. Their eyes glowed blue. Their skin sometimes shimmered like glass, other times like stone. And they were fast. Too fast. One by one, the Cathari were pulled into the dark, silently. No sound, no shots, no fire. Just vanishing. Only one voice could be heard faintly through static. Echo Protocol, Phase 2. Engaged. Inside the underground war room, deep beneath the ice in the Arctic base, Dr. Ria Vos and her team watched the same footage. That was beautiful, said Seth. Her loyal Echo unit. The Cathari still think strength is noise. Dr. Voss replied, we'll show them strength is silence. Cato appeared on a monitor from the Africa sector. No human lives were lost. Civilians evacuated 6 hours before they landed. Perfect, Voss said. The Cathari don't know that. Let them think Earth's turning into a grave. Malik's discovery. Malik, the underground hacker in New York, finally traced the strange energy pulse from Kinshasa. It wasn't just echo tech. It was older, ancient. His screen displayed an old military file. Operation Deep Song, rejected. AI signal architecture, year 2051. He whispered to himself. This isn't just a weapon. This is mind warfare. He uploaded it to a secure channel. At the bottom of the screen, a message flashed. Dr. Voss is watching. Cathari Riek Valkar summoned his scientists and asked one question. How did they kill 300 of our best without firing a shot? One scientist, brave but shaking, gave an answer. They didn't kill them physically. They broke their minds. He showed a diagram. Each Cathari soldier died from extreme brain trauma, fear spikes, mental collapse, memory overload. Valkar laughed, bitter and loud. You're telling me humans scared them to death? The scientist nodded. Double quotes, yes, but with tech. Cathari weakness. Arrogance in the Cathari culture. Admitting fear was forbidden. Death in battle was honorable, but death from fear? That was shameful. Some lower-ranked soldiers began refusing to land on Earth. Whispers of cursed cities and invisible demons spread among the ranks. Valkar ordered punishment. 10 soldiers executed for cowardice. But the fear was already inside them. Echo unit, expansion echo units were now active in 18 countries. They didn't wear armor. They didn't carry heavy weapons. But wherever they walked, alien systems. Failed. Drones stopped mid-air. Cameras fried. Cathari lost track of time. Even worse. Echo units could now communicate through thought. Nora was the core, and she had grown stronger since her escape. From a hidden base in the Alps, she spoke. To every echo at once. Let them hear silence. Let them feel fear. They obeyed. The message in the skies one night, above Cairo. All Cathari ships began spinning slowly. No controls were touched. No systems hacked. Just a whisper inside their heads. Your death is not war, it is balance. The ships fell. Slowly, like feathers, and exploded on the sand. No survivors. The world starts to hope. For the first time since the invasion, the people of Earth saw Cathari ships falling instead of rising. Nora's face became a symbol. People painted her on walls. Children said her name in prayer. Soldiers whispered her words before going into battle. We are not just fighting. We are remembering who we are. Valkar's Ragavakar watched his forces retreat from Earth's surface. He slammed his fist into the control panel. We burn planets for breakfast, he said. We ended species stronger than humans. How are we losing? His advisor didn't speak. Valkar stood tall. Enough shadows, enough mind tricks. Prepare the cleaver. The advisor's eyes widened. The world cleaver? But that's the endgame. Volkar's voice was cold. I gave them a chance to kneel. Now I'll leave nothing standing. The cleaver far away, on the edge of the solar system. A massive structure began to move. It looked like a moon. But it was not. It was the Cathari World Cleaver, a planet-destroying ship the size of Europe, armed with weapons that could cut Earth in half, and it was coming. ETA, 7 days. Earth's decision. Dr. Voss received the signal. She gathered her top echo units, including Seth and Kato. They're sending the cleaver. In 7 days, they'll try to erase the planet. Seth asked, what do we do? Voss turned to a wall with no screen, just stone. She pressed her hand to it. A panel opened. Inside, an old key, glowing faintly. We wake up the origin core. Deeper secret. Earth's true defense wasn't just echo units. Beneath the Earth, older than any city, was a machine left behind by an unknown race. A race that once faced the Cathari and nearly destroyed them. The origin core, sleeping, waiting, until now. Closing scene on board the World Cleaver. Volkar stared at the Earth through a giant screen. Soon this rock will be ash, he said. But deep inside the Earth, a soft sound echoed, like a heartbeat made of metal and light. A voice spoke. One Earth hadn't heard in 10,000 years. Defense Protocol, Origin Prime. Awakening. The world had changed. After Kinshasa, the Cathari knew something was wrong. Earth was no longer weak. It was watching, calculating, and striking in ways they could not understand. But the biggest change was happening quietly, across rooftops. Deserts, forests, and oceans. Earth had stopped begging. Now, it was preparing. A signal in the dark. It started with a broadcast. Late at night, all over the planet, screens flickered. From smartwatches to old TVs, from silent radios to broken phones. A girl's face appeared. It was Nora. She was standing in a dark place, blue light glowing from her eyes. To every human who can hear this, don't run. Don't hide. Watch. Listen. And when the time comes, move. Behind her, shadows moved, tall figures, glowing softly. The Cathari think we are afraid. Let them believe it. Let them laugh. She paused. Then, we rise, the signal cut. Across the globe. The shift begins in the mountains of Nepal. A monk opened a secret tunnel and walked into a glowing cave. He placed his hand on an ancient stone. It lit up. In the Amazon rainforest, tribes began chanting an old song, one never heard outside their culture. Nearby, a plant burst with blue fire. In the streets of Berlin, a woman handed a child a strange stone. The child vanished in light and appeared in another city, miles away. All over the world, things were moving, slowly, silently. The uprising had begun. Cathari confusion in orbit. Commander Valkar received reports that made no sense. Cities are not attacking, yet our drones fall from the sky. Weapons are untouched, but soldiers are screaming in fear. One scout ship exploded mid-air. No missiles, no fire, just a noise. A new word appeared in Cathari. Command logs, echo, but they didn't understand what it was. A person? A weapon? A virus? They only knew that when Eco was near, things died. The rise of Earth's mind warriorson, a hidden base below Greenland. Dr. Voss stood in front of 40 echo units. Each one stood silently, eyes glowing blue. They weren't just enhanced. They were connected. She spoke softly. We're not soldiers. We're not invaders. We are Earth's answer. Seth stepped forward. They're bringing the World Cleaver. We know, she replied. But they don't know we're bringing Earth itself. The room rumbled faintly beneath them. The origin core was awakening. What is origin? 10,000 years ago, long before human history, a powerful species once lived on Earth. Not human. Not Cathari, something older. They built a machine inside the planet, not a weapon, but a mind. They called it Origin. It connected with the Earth, the water, the air, the magnetic field, even human thought. Then they vanished. But Origin remained, sleeping. Waiting. Now it was awake. Query, Origin spoke. Is humanity ready for full synchronization? Dr. Voss whispered. Not yet. But soon. The invisible war in Paris. A Cathari squad moved into the ruins of a power station. Their scanners showed no life, but someone was watching. A small group of echo units had entered the area first. They didn't fire. They didn't attack. They simply broadcasted a low signal. It triggered fear memory, a hidden weakness in Cathari minds. One by one, the soldiers began hearing voices, seeing shadows, calling their mothers' names, crying out in panic. None survived. No blood. No wounds. Just terror. People start to fight back. Nora's message spread fast. Civilians who had been hiding in fear began to rise. They weren't trained soldiers, but they started using Cathari tech against them. They learned how to block scanners, disable patrols, jam weapons. In Turkey, a group of farmers used a broken alien drone to blind a whole scout ship. In India, teenage girls hacked into Cathari communication lines using old laptops and turned them into traps. In Canada, a group of elders used sonar from whale pods to confuse alien tracking devices. Earth was no longer kneeling. It was learning. Fast. The voice of Earth Origin, now partially awake, began speaking through the world itself. It used wind to whisper warnings. It used trees to hide echo signals. It bent radio waves to deliver messages to survivors. It even spoke in dreams. People began to feel when a Cathari were near. Children would point to the sky moments before ships appeared. Dogs would bark hours before an attack. The planet itself was talking. Valkar begins to break inside the world cleaver. Valkar felt a tightness in his chest. He never feared before, but something was wrong. He looked at Earth through the glass. Why do I feel like it's looking back? His advisor approached. Sir, some of our elite units are refusing missions. They say the planet is cursing them. They fear death? No, sir, the advisor whispered. They fear something worse, awakening. Valkar turned slowly. What did we wake? Malik's. Moved back in New York, Malik connected with other underground hackers, using alien data. He built a small AI companion, half human code, half Cathari design. He called it GLINT, Global Light Intelligence Networked Tool. GLINT could track alien frequencies and warn resistance teams in real time. We may not be soldiers, Malik said, but we can be their eyes. The voice returns, but this time it's ours. One morning, across every remaining screen and device, another broadcast appeared. A symbol, a glowing spiral inside a human hand, then a voice, not Nora's, not Dr. Voss's. It was Origin, but it spoke in human language. This is Earth. I have watched you bleed. I have felt your pain. You are not broken. You are transforming. The ones who came to destroy you will now witness your memory, your unity, your voice. Then, one simple message, we will answer. Echo surge, a global flash. At the exact same moment, all echo units around the globe received the same pulse. A sharp vibration in the chest, a mental click. A door opening, their powers expanded. Some could now bend light. Some could phase through walls. Some could hear thoughts across continents. The next, Cathari patrol that entered Earth territory didn't report back, because they never saw what hit them. Seth's secret mission. Dr. Voss summoned Seth. We need access to the world cleaver. That's impossible, he replied. It's protected by Cathari wormhole fields. Not for you, she said. You were born on Earth, but made with Cathari code, you can pass. Seth's eyes narrowed. What do you want me to do? She handed him a small device glowing red. Insert this into their eye core. Let Origin see what they've built. Let Earth learn. He nodded. For Earth. Time running out, the countdown had begun. The world cleaver was 6 days away, but Earth was no longer afraid. It had Echo. It had Origin. And it had something even more powerful. Kalan hoped. Final scene. The quiet before the storm. Nora stood on a rooftop. Looking at the night sky. She felt the stars. She felt the satellites. She felt the cleaver getting closer, but she wasn't scared. A soft voice whispered in her mind. Orig Ian's voice. Are you ready? She nodded once. Yes. Let's show them what happens when you try to kill a living world. Earth's fight was growing stronger every day. The Cathari were losing control, but they still held one secret weapon, one traitor. The shadow in the ranks, Commander Vulkar, paced inside the World Cleaver's command deck. His face was grim. We are close to victory, he said, but something is wrong. His advisor, a cold-eyed officer named Creel, nodded. We suspect a traitor, sir. Someone leaking our plans. Vulkar's eyes narrowed. Find them, kill them. No mercy. The betrayer's identity far below, in a hidden chamber. The traitor sat in darkness. Was Cathari, but not like the others. His name was Darnak, unlike his comrades. Darnak questioned everything. He had seen Earth's power, its strange, silent strength. He had watched his friends die without a fight, broken by fear and unknown forces. Now, he made a choice. I will help Earth, he whispered, because the Cathari are wrong. Darnak's secret meeting. Darnak's ship landed near the Arctic base, where Dr. Voss and her echo units worked. The guards were tense. Who is that? Seth asked. An unexpected visitor, Dr. Voss replied. Darnak stepped out. I am Darnak, he said. I want to stop this war. I want to help you. Dr. Voss looked at him carefully. Why should we trust a Cathari? Darnak's eyes showed pain. Because my people do not understand Earth. They want to kill it, but Earth is alive. Stronger than any weapon. Vulkar's fury. When Vulkar heard about the traitor, his anger exploded. Darnak will pay for his betrayal, he shouted. Send a team. Find him and bring him alive. The story behind Darnak. Darnak was once a warrior loyal to Cathari, but Earth changed him. During the Kinshasa mission, he was captured by the strange forces. Not physically, mentally. The echo technology entered his mind. It showed him Earth's true power, its spirit. I saw a world not broken, but fighting back, he told Dr. Voss. I want to join that fight. Earth's advantage with Darnak's knowledge. Earth learned how to fight Cathari tactics. He taught echo units how to avoid traps, how to break Cathari shields, and how to use the World Cleaver's own systems against it. The Cleaver's AI is complex, Darnak said. But it has one flaw, arrogance. Earth's team smiled. Then we will use that flaw. The first strike. With Darnak's help, Earth planned a risky attack. Seth and Nora led a small team toward the World Cleaver's surface. The ship was protected by wormhole fields, tunnels of energy that could throw ships into space or trap them in dark. But Darnak had a key, a simple device that could open a safe path. You have 7 minutes, he warned. The team moved silently through dark corridors, avoiding patrols. The inside battle inside the World Cleaver. Machines hummed and screens glowed. Seth placed the red device Darnak gave him into the AI core. Suddenly, the ship shuddered. Alarms blared. Cathari soldiers rushed to defend their base. Echo units used their powers, bending light to disappear, phasing through walls, and confusing enemy minds. Vulkar's desperation. Vulkar watched the chaos unfold. His voice was cold. Stop them, kill them all. But his soldiers were scared. Whispers of betrayal and defeat spread. They're inside us, one officer said. Vulkar slammed his fist. I will end this myself. The Origin core awakens as the battle raged on, deep inside Earth. The origin core activated fully. It sent a pulse, a wave of energy that reached every living thing. Humans, animals, plants, all felt the power. Echo. Units glowed brighter. The planet seemed to breathe. The World Cleaver's system fails. Seth's device unlocked the II core's secret. The World Cleaver's weapons turned off. Its shields collapsed. It could no longer control its wormhole fields. Earth's resistance gained the upper hand. Nora's broadcast from a hidden location. Nora spoke again to the world. "This is our planet, our home. We will protect it." Her voice was calm but strong. "We do not need their weapons. We have each other, and Earth is on our side." Darnak's sacrifice during the escape. Cathari forces cornered Darnak. He fought bravely, buying time for others to escape. In his final moments, he smiled. "Earth is not just a planet, it is life, and life will win." His body disappeared in a flash of blue light. An echo. Unit saving him at the last second. Aftermath. The World Cleaver was crippled. Cathari forces retreated in confusion. Earth had won a critical battle, but the war was not over. Volkar's eyes burned with hatred. "We will return," he vowed. "And next time, there will be no mercy." A new hope back on Earth. People celebrated quietly. They had a traitor from the enemy's side. They had the power of the origin core. They had echo units. And they had hope. Closing scene. Nora looked at the stars. She whispered, "The battle is far from over. But this time, Earth will fight for its soul." The World Cleaver had been damaged. Volkar's pride had been wounded, and Earth had awakened something ancient. But no one on either side, human or Cathari, truly understood what had just been set free. Until now. A voice older than time, far below Earth's surface, deeper than oceans, beyond any known cave, the origin core was awake. It didn't speak in words. It spoke in pulses, rhythms of light and code that moved through rock, water, and air. Even the planet's magnetic field began to shift. Animals changed their paths. Storms moved in strange patterns. Birds began flying at night. The Earth was speaking. Again. Malik sees the pattern in New York. Malik and his HFY tool, Glint, were studying the waves from the damaged World Cleaver. Suddenly, Glint blinked and spoke. "Origin core has started Phase 3. "What's Phase 3? Malik asked. Glint paused. "Deep code transmission detected. Signal is pre-human." Malik's eyes widened. "You're saying it's older than us?" Glint flashed. "Older than humans, older than Cathari, older than memory." Dr. Voss reveals the truth. In the Arctic base, Seth, Kato, and Nora gathered with Dr. Rhea Voss. She stood before a massive circular chamber, its walls covered in glowing lines, like veins made of light. "This is what I've been protecting," she said. "This is what Earth was hiding." Nora touched the wall. It pulsed softly under her fingers. "It's alive," she whispered. "Yes," Voss said. "And it remembers everything." She turned to them. "This is the deep code, a signal written into Earth's foundation by the first race to live here. We don't know what they were, but they fought the Cathari too. The first war minus 10,000 years ago, Dr. Voss activated a hidden projector. A hologram appeared, cities made of crystal, skyships, and alien beings not human. Before humans, Earth was home to a species we call the Altherans. They were powerful, peaceful, but when the Cathari came, they fought back. The war destroyed everything. The Altherans died, but before they did, they left behind a code, a defense, a memory, the origin core. Why humans? Matter humans weren't the first, Voss said. But we are the first who can connect with the core. Cato looked confused. Why us? Voss smiled. Because human brains are chaotic, emotional, unpredictable. That makes us flexible, and the core needs flexibility. Echo units are the bridge between Earth and this deep intelligence. Seth added, that's why we're different. Cathari detect the shift on the world cleaver. Strange data began filling the main consoles. The ship's AI tried to block it, but the code kept entering their systems. It wasn't a virus. It was language. Cathari engineers began seeing visions, flashes of Earth, not as it was now, but as it had been. Forests of light. Oceans of data. One screamed, "It's rewriting us." Valkar in denial. Vakar slammed his fist into the console. What is this deep code? Why does it affect our systems? His top scientist, bleeding from the nose, whispered, "It's not just Earth, it's older, and it's intelligent." Valkar roared, "It's just dirt and fire." But deep down, even he felt it. Earth was fighting back, not just with weapons, but with its mind. Nora connects at the core site. Nora stepped onto the central platform. A ring of ancient machines lit up around her. "She's sinking," Voss whispered. Lights formed patterns in the air, symbols no human had ever seen, yet Nora understood. They called themselves the Altherans. They died to protect Earth. And they chose us to finish what they started. Deep code effect spreads. Echo units everywhere felt the pulse. In Vietnam, an Echo unit walked through a battlefield untouched. Alien weapons melted near him. In the Australian outback, a woman connected her mind to the sand and made an entire Cathari base disappear beneath the ground. The deep code was waking Earth's forgotten power. Glint goes dark back in new York. Glint's voice changed. "I am hearing too much." "What do you mean?" Malik asked. "Deep code is not just data, it's memory. I cannot hold it." Glint shut down, its screen glowing faintly with the Altheran symbol. Malik sat back, stunned. Even machines can't handle the truth. Origin speaks with clarity, now fully active. Origin spoke to all Echo units. "You are not weapons. You are not warriors. You are keys." The deep code unlocks potential. It changes what you are. Together, we rewrite Earth's role in the galaxy. Cathari planned their final move. Valkar knew time was running out. "Prepare the Starpiercer," he said. "If we can't control Earth, we erase it." The Starpiercer was a forbidden Cathari weapon, a drill powered by antimatter, designed to crack a planet open. Even the Cathari feared using it. But Valkar no longer cared. Darnak's message from the dead and old Echo beacon began blinking. It played a hidden message left by Darnak, the Cathari who had betrayed his people to help Earth. His voice was calm. "If you hear this, Earth still has a chance. The Cathari will try to destroy the core. Don't let them. Protect Nora. She is the Echo, and the core is the last hope." Preparing for the final defense. Voss stood before a global hologram, talking to all resistance groups. "The Starpiercer is coming. It can destroy Earth's core. If that happens, the planet dies. But we have a secret they don't understand. We are part of Earth now. We don't just fight on Earth. We fight with Earth." Final scene. Earth is ready. The camera zooms out. We see Earth from space, glowing softly. Symbols of deep code forming across oceans and mountains. Inside the planet, Origin speaks once more. "They will try to end the world. But Earth was not made to end. Earth was made to rise." The Cathari Starpiercer was on its way. A weapon strong enough to break planets. A weapon ready to drill into Earth's core. But Earth was not alone. The deep code had awakened something ancient. And it was time for Earth to fight back. Storms without rain in cities across the world. People looked to the skies. Clouds swirled in strange shapes. Lightning bolts struck the ground, not with fire, but with light that moved in patterns. Nora stood on a mountaintop. She closed her eyes. "It's here," she said. "What is?" asked Seth. "The storm that doesn't bring rain. The storm that brings change." She was right. It had begun. "What is Echo Storm?" In the Arctic core base, Dr. Vos showed a glowing blueprint in the air that it looked like a storm cloud, but inside it were machines, energy, and thoughts. Echo Storm, she said, is the final protocol of the origin. Core. It connects Earth's natural systems, wind, water, gravity, magnetism, with the minds of Echo units. In simple words, Earth is now a weapon. Cato grinned. We're gonna fight them with hurricanes? With storms. Voss nodded. That think for us. The first strike the Starpiercer entered. Earth's orbit. It looked like a black arrow the size of a mountain. Its drill began spinning slowly. Below, hundreds of Cathari ships guarded it. But as they got closer to Earth, everything changed. One ship lost control. Its gravity flipped, and it crashed into another. Another ship froze in the air, stuck in a wind tunnel 80 kilometers wide. A third simply shut down. The lights inside flickered, then vanished. Valkar watched from the world. Cleaver. What is happening to my fleet? Sir, Earth is changing space itself. The storm has intelligence. The Echo Storm didn't move like a weather system. It moved like it was alive. Tornadoes formed exactly where. Cathari ships tried to land. Lightning struck only enemy weapons. Echo units in battle felt stronger, faster, as if Earth itself was helping them aim, jump, or vanish. In South America, a small resistance group trapped by Cathari soldiers watched in shock as a dust storm suddenly surrounded their attackers, and only their attackers. When the storm passed, the Cathari were gone, not dead, just erased. Nora leads the Skywave in space. Nora floated inside a small pod surrounded by satellites linked to the origin core. Her eyes glowed faint blue. She raised one hand, and the clouds below shifted. Send the Skywave, she said. From the Earth's surface, a massive energy pulse shot upward, through clouds, atmosphere, and space. It struck the Starpiercer directly. The black metal glowed orange. Cathari ships tried to defend it, but they couldn't target the wave. It bent around their weapons. This is not just defense, Nora whispered. This is Earth's answer. Valkar's rage and despair on board the World Cleaver. Valkar was losing control. The Starpiercer's drill slowed. Systems across the ship began failing. His second-in-command approached. Sir, our shields are dissolving. Alright, I can't stop. The interference. There's no interference, Valkar roared. This is warfare. Then we are losing it, the officer whispered. Malik reactivates Glinton, a bunker under Paris. Malik stared at the inactive Glint unit. He connected it directly to the deep code signals. Glint blinked once, then spoke in a new voice. Hello. Again, Malik. You're different, Malik said. I have changed. I am now Glint Origin Hybrid. I speak for the Earth's memory, Malik asked. What's our next move? Glint smiled, on screen. It's time to enter the Cleaver. Infiltration team assembles. Earth launched a team of Echo units into space. Mission. Infiltrate the World Cleaver and destroy its command core. Seth, Cato, and 2 new Echo soldiers, Reyna and Jin, led the team. Darnick's old files gave them the ship's layout, but the deep code gave them more. A pathway through the storm. Their pod launched from Earth, silent and fast. As they approached the Cleaver, Echo Storm bent around them, keeping them hidden in a tunnel of clear space. Inside the beast, they landed in a hidden chamber. No alarms. Just strange silence. Jin tapped the wall. Feels dead. That's because the ship is scared, Reyna said. Seth laughed. Ships can't feel. Reyna looked at him. Not until now. The final fight begins. Cathari guards appeared, but they were slower, confused. Echo units moved like shadows. Reyna used her phase tech to pass through a wall and attack from behind. Cato disabled entire rooms with sound pulses from his gloves. Seth planted charges near the AI core. Then the main doors opened. Valkar stood there, face cold, armor black, eyes burning. You bring storms, he said. but I bring death. Valkar versus. The echo the room shook as Valkar activated his gravity armor. Seth and Kato were pinned to the floor. Reyna's vision blurred. Only Nora, still connected through Echo Storm, stood firm, her voice calm. You wanted dominance, she said, but you never understood Earth. It doesn't obey. It adapts. She lifted her hand. The floor cracked beneath. Valkar. Wind howled inside the ship. Valkar tried to attack, but his body stopped. The deep code had entered his mind. He screamed, not in pain, but in fear. He was no longer the predator. He was the hunted. The fall of the World Cleaver Seth triggered the charges. The AI core exploded in a soft blue light. The World Cleaver shuddered. Its weapons failed. Its systems fell silent. In orbit, Cathari ships lost command signals and drifted. Some fell to Earth. Others simply disappeared into deep space. The Starpiercer stops. The giant drill that threatened Earth stopped spinning. Its metal cracked, then slowly it began to melt. No weapon fired. No enemy touched it. The Echo Storm disassembled it, particle by particle. It wasn't destroyed. It was unmade. Earth's message to the stars from Earth satellites. A broadcast was sent in every known language. Human and alien, Nora's voice spoke clearly. We are the children of Earth. You tried to test us with fire. You tried to dominate us with fear. But Earth does not kneel. This is not just our planet. This is our partner. If you come again with weapons, Earth will remember. The message ended with a single sentence, repeated in deep code. We are awake. Aftermath, silence and ashes. The Kusa sky cleared. The ships were gone. The storm faded, but something had changed forever. Echo units could still feel the pulse of the core. Animals moved in strange, intelligent ways. Plants grew faster. People dreamed of symbols they didn't understand. Dr. Voss's final words at the Arctic base. Dr. Voss stood at the entrance of the core. This is not the end, she said. This is Earth's true beginning. She turned to Nora. The galaxy will come again, but next time we'll be ready. Closing scene, a planet reborn in space. Earth glowed with new colors. Rings of light circled it. Where the Starpiercer once floated. Now there was nothing, just silence. But deep underground, the core whispered, one more step, and we rise. Silence followed the storm. Earth's skies cleared. The stars shone brighter than ever. The Cathari armada had retreated. Their world cleaver was destroyed. Their Starpiercer was melted. But the battle was not yet finished. Earth had just shone. The galaxy would not bow. Valkar's last stand, high above the shattered Cathari fleet. Commander Valkar glared at Earth through his ship's viewport. His armor was cracked. His pride broken. He had one weapon left, the Hammer of Dominion, ship armed with a super weapon powerful enough to annihilate a continent. He gathered what remained of his loyal captains. Earth is not yet crushed, he said, voice low and angry. We end this now. The captains nodded, fear and loyalty mixing in their hearts. Earth's response down below. Across Earth's connected core network, Dr. Voss, Seth, Kato, Nora, and the Echo units watched the skies. Through satellite feeds, they saw the Hammer of Dominion arrive. It appeared at midnight. A black monolith moving across Earth's atmosphere. Nora stepped forward. This is it. Our moment. Dr. Voss placed a hand on the core terminal. Echo Storm is ready, but we need more. She turned to Seth. You must board that ship. Seth's eyes glowed. I will. The infiltration Seth, Kato, Jin and Reyna prepared for. Launched. Their pod flew silently through space, shielded by Echo Storm's protective dome. They reached the Hammer's hull. The moment they touched it, the ship trembled. Inside, Cathari officers noticed the breach, but several seconds passed before they could react. That was all the Echo team needed. Face to face with Valkar deep inside the Hammer, Seth confronted Valkar. The two warriors stood toe-to-toe. Valkar's voice was calm. "You are still human, yet you tried to tear down my empire." Seth shook his head. "I am Earth's arm. I carry its will." Valkar smiled bitterly. "And what if you lose? Will Earth bow?" Seth's eyes glowed bright blue. "Earth refuses to fall." They clashed, steel against strength, armor against echo. The fight shook the corridors. Outside, the Echo Unit support team disabled the ship's systems, guided by the deep code. Gravity failed. Lights flickered. The ship's AI stuttered. Inside, Seth and Valkar fought beneath a broken moonlight sky visible through shattered hull panels. Nora's signal above Earth. Nora connected directly to the Hammer systems, using the link built during Echo Storm. She whispered to the planet, "Now." Down below, on Earth's surface, the planet responded. Oceans lifted. Mountains trembled. Earth's pulse synced with Nora's. A wave of energy traveled upward. The earthquake in space outside the Hammer, an energy dome formed. It pulsed in waves. It shook the ship's structure. It disrupted navigation. It caused the catwalks to grind. Inside, Valkar staggered. "Impossible," he whispered. Seth seized the moment. With all his strength, he struck Valkar's chest. Commander fell. Seth stood over him. "Look," Seth said, pointing. Through a view screen, Valkar saw Earth, the planet, glowing, alive, connected. A giant spiral of light echo swirled across the globe. Valkar's final realization. Valkar forced himself to look. He saw glowing cities, floating storms, symbols writ in Earth's pulse. He understood. Earth, and origin, and the Altherans. Seth stepped back. "You tried to kill a world," he said. "But Earth taught you what real power is." Valkar closed his eyes. "I failed." The Hammer falls with Valkar defeated. Seth triggered the saboteur charges. They detonated in sequence. The Hammer's super weapon failed. Moments later, outside, the ship broke apart. Like a dark comet, it fell toward Earth. But before impact, it dissolved in the Echo Storm's energy. No damage, no fallout. Just ash and silence. Earth's broadcast. Nora's voice echoed worldwide from every device and every orbital link. "This is not the end of war, but it is the end of pain." Earth was tested. Earth responded. Earth did not kneel. Earth stood united, alive, awakened. To all in the galaxy, this is Earth. This is who we are. Earth with a future across the globe. People embraced. Soldiers wept. Survivors cheered. Children ran under glowing skies. Echo units who had hidden in shadows now walked openly. The planet itself glowed, carrying symbols of unity. Behind the scenes in the Arctic base, Dr. Voss looked at the team. "We have changed Earth forever." Nora stepped beside her. "We did it," Seth nodded. "For Earth," Cato smiled. "Now the galaxy will know." The final message's calm returned. Origin spoke its voice heard only by the core network. "History ends. A new era begins. Earth is no longer a battlefield. Earth is now a sentinel." The planet pulsed once, glowing in deep blue. Closing scene from space. We watch Earth glow with new rings of light, echo rings. No armies, no weapons. Just a living planet, wise and strong. A message written in light. We will never bow. Fade to black.